thanks for tuning in. I'm Ann Powell with the WJTS News. Another local business was given the gift of a lifetime this week. EJ Dots received a $10,000 donation from the Genesis 12 Project on Wednesday. Shop owner Ann Rosemer says the donation brought tears to her eyes.
So grateful that there are people out there that are willing and able to help to keep small business here, and I just so glad to be part of the downtown. And
Rosemer says the store has faced a unique set of challenges over the past few months.
It's just changed our entire way of doing business, and cleaning supplies and making sure that there's always people here to clean the doors and clean the counters and clean pens all the time. And we've done a lot more curbside delivery and trying to figure out how we can still promote our business without being too busy, without having too many people in, and still stay afloat.
Inventory plays a key role in the retail business. Companies rotate items in and out as the seasons change. Rosemer explains how the donation will help them with the spring season.
Being in retail this time of the year, you get a lot of new stuff in, and you're very much every day looking at your money flow to make sure that you can cover what's coming in, because we've ordered that months and months ago, and you're always that concern, that you will definitely be able to keep paying your help and all your inventory that you have to keep going.
The Children's Boutique is just the third recipient of the Genesis 12 Project donations. The project is recently sponsored by the Heart of Jasper and focuses on helping businesses survive and recover during the challenging times. If you'd like to donate and for more information, you can head to heartofjasper.org/donate-Gen12. The cold snap earlier this year caused some headaches in Ferdinand. Town council members discussed these issues in depth during their monthly meeting this week. Last month's wintry weather caused 4 leaks around the town. 2 of these were minor, but 2 were major. One leak let out nearly 120,000 gallons of water. Crews were able to quickly repair the leaks without any major issues. The streets also took a significant beating from the freezing and thawing of the ice and snow. Street department employees have had a lot of potholes to patch, areas to dig out, and some milling areas to pave. The council then switched gears to discuss the Parks Department update. Any event or league is still required to submit a COVID-19 response plan for their upcoming events. Practices for local sports leagues also began practicing this month. Property manager and street department superintendent Tom Leakin says that they are getting the fields ready and will work out a watering schedule. Town Council President Ken Seacard then took a moment to recognize 2 residents who made a lasting impact on the Ferdinand parks. Marvin Baldewire and Clem Longy recently passed away. The 2 men and their families were extremely committed to the parks and supported many projects. The town and the park board are extremely grateful for their generosity and support over the last few years. The next item on the agenda was the Old Town Lake project. The park board approved the cost of a quotation from Alvy's Sign to purchase a composite sign for the entrance of the lake. The sign will match in size, color, and style of the same signage at 18th Street Park. The sign itself will be an Eagle Scout project to commence this year. Construction on the fishing pier and kayak launch will also begin later this month. The projects had been delayed because of the recent rainfall. The lake has also been lowered by 5 feet. The park board hopes to have these 2 projects completed as soon as possible. The park is expected to remain open during the project. To learn more about last night's monthly meeting, you can head to our website, WJTS.tv. DuBois County recorded 7 new cases of COVID-19 on Thursday. This brings the countywide total of COVID-19 cases to 5,983 and 112 deaths since the pandemic began in March. The county's 7-day rolling average for all positive tests is now 4.2%. To see a breakdown of the county's COVID-19 cases by age group and for more information, you can head to coronavirus.in.gov. Indiana state leaders say they're working to meet President Joe Biden's directive to make all adults eligible to receive the coronavirus vaccine by May 1st. State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box says that Indiana always seeks as many doses as possible when federal officials determine the state's allocations of the vaccines each week. Indiana has received several thousand fewer doses than many other states in the recent weeks. Just last week, Indiana was 5th from the bottom for doses delivered per 100,000 residents. Box says the state should receive a large amount of the vaccine by the end of this month. Many Hoosiers who have gotten the COVID-19 vaccine are in the older age group, and state health officials hope to change that. 70% of the people in their 80s and over 75% of those in their 70s have gotten the vaccine, but the numbers drop sharply from there. State officials hope to get the vaccine to those in the arms of 30 and 40-year-olds. Governor Eric Holcomb hopes to lay out the roadmap on how to accomplish this and the state's future in the COVID-19 pandemic by next week. More federal money is coming to Evansville. The city is expecting $67.5 million through the new federal spending plan. Mayor Lloyd Winnecke says that they are waiting to clarify how this money will be spent. The $67 million for Evansville is in addition to the $35 million that the Vanderburgh County is getting in the spending plan. Hoosiers will soon be able to take the driver's license written exam in 19 different languages. American Sign Language is just one of 5 languages being added to the computer system. It will be available starting on Monday, March 29th. Hindi, Croatian, Serbian, and Tagalog will also be added in the coming weeks after translations and peer reviews are completed. The written exam is designed to test the individual's knowledge of traffic laws and how to safely operate a vehicle. The exams were originally offered on paper, but have been on computers since 2013. The addition of the ASL language also adds a new video dimension to the BMV platform. All non-English translations of the exam are complete and certified by translators and undergo an extensive peer-reviewed process before being published. For more information, you can head to on.in.gov/knowledge exams. Hoosiers cleaning out the medicine cabinet now have a safe way to get rid of unwanted and expired medications. The Drug Enforcement Administration is sponsoring the 20th nationwide Prescription Drug Take-Back Day between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturday, April 24th. The initiative's goal is to prevent drug abuse and theft by properly disposing prescription drugs. Unwanted medications can be dropped off at any Indiana State Police site around the state, except for the Toll Road Post. The program is for liquid and pill medications only. Vaping pens without batteries and vaping cartridges will also be accepted. Needles, both new or used, will not be accepted during the event. The service is free and anonymous. The Department of Natural Resources is preparing to survey anglers at a lake in Daviess County. Angler creel surveys at Dogwood Lake began later this month and will continue through the 31st. A DNR employee will be stationed at the main boat ramp to conduct brief interviews as anglers end their fishing trips. Periodic anglers' counts will also be taken at some time during the largest ponds on the property. Boat and shoreline anglers will also be included in the survey. This will help evaluate the experimental crappie length limit that was placed on the lake back in 2016. Fisheries biologists have also monitored the population since that limit began. An angler harvest and release data gathered from the interviews will help the DNR determine if the rule should remain in place. To learn more about the survey, you can head to dnr.in.gov. The Lincoln Amphitheater is kicking off their spring season with an acoustic performance. 2 members of the internationally touring Bon Jovi tribute band, Slippery When Wet, is making a stop in Lincoln City on Saturday, May 1st. Doors will open at 5 p.m. and the performance will begin at 6 p.m. All times mentioned are central. Tickets are limited to less than 25% of the seating capacity to ensure social distancing can be maintained. Tickets can be purchased at lincolnamphitheater.com. Hand sanitizer will be provided on site, and all CDC rules and accommodations must be followed. Face masks and coverings will also be required to enter the facility and when visiting concessions and restrooms. Face coverings can also be removed once the patron is seated, but only if they are comfortable with doing so. Patrons are encouraged to bring their own face covering. Masks will be available on site for purchasing. And stay tuned, your weekly forecast and sports with Kurt Guxel are still to come here on the WJTS News.